Hey, friend, finished up Deuteronomy. But there was a couple of things that really sort of caught my attention. Deuteronomy 25, God was talking about when they're deciding a court case and if lashings were deserved, that they could only give 40 lashes, or else that person would become a contempt in their eyes. And how contempt really means that they're scorned. They don't deserve, they're not worthy of any honor. And when we execute punishment on somebody that is more than what they deserve, we become bitter, very, very bitter. And we are actually harming our own lives when we do that. And so I have seen when someone has despised me, found me contemptible, and I've just thought how sad it is for them. I know when I have felt that way, I have to really look at what I'm doing, because it's such a horrible place to be in, to think that someone is unworthy of honor. And so I thought it was really interesting that God spoke to that in Deuteronomy. Next thing was that God said, choose life and happiness, not death and adversity. He said, choose life. And when we choose life, we're choosing to love God, be obedient to Him, and to hold fast to Him. And that's what He's wanted since Adam and Eve. And same thing with Moses and Noah. They all held fast to what God had said, and they did what He asked them to do, and God blessed them. And when He does that, getting even further on and finishing up Deuteronomy, He says, don't be afraid, because I am with you. To be strong and be courageous, and to not fear, because He is with us. He goes before us. He prepares the way. I have a story about my dad. He was working on our boiler, and we were having issues with it. And he gave me the pump that was messed up, and he said, I need you to go to this place. So I went to this place, and I said, my dad told me to come and exchange this boiler pump for whatever's written on this piece of paper that my father had written. And the guy was like, who's your dad? And I told him who my father was. And all of a sudden, these two men left. And one came back with the part, the other one came back with paperwork. And I said, and he goes, here you go. And I said, do I need to do anything? And they said, no. And I turned to leave, and then I turned back around and I said, why don't I need to do anything? And they said, because of your father. And that really put it into perspective, how my own earthly father went before me and prepared a way, how much more God will do that, because He loves us so much. I hope you all have a good day. I hope that you see God working in your life and preparing paths for you to walk down. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.